Me, Earl, and Tango, excellent, excellent film. It's in my top 5 of the year so far. It might go up. I feel like it's a film for film fans. Like, you made like one of the perfect movies. How'd you come about of this project? What sparked that fire?
I read the script that was submitted to me by my agent because it was a script people were talking about, but I had no intention of making some kind of young adult novel. Adaptation. But I was really struck by the humanity in it, the way it portrayed teenage life without talking down to them so accurately and through such humor, and then being able to tackle some heavier issues. And it did it so beautifully. And because I was going through something not unlike what Greg was going through, I felt very much like him. And it was a perfect opportunity to make a personal film that I could interpret Jesse's beautiful script and make it my own and take this journey with him. So that's why I wanted to make it. And
one of the aspects of this film, which I love, is that the kids in the film make their own movies. Did you shoot those little short films too? No.
Ed Burst and Nate Marsh did. I would come up with the list of the films that I wanted, and we would watch them, or they would get DVDs in the mail. And I think it was important. Some of them were scripted. Clockwork Orange comes to mind. A couple other ones. But Jesse and I talked about it because I wanted to use this opportunity to reference more obscure films or films by the masters that influenced me, that got me almost out of Laredo and into film school and wanted to make a career out of it, and the mentors that I've had. So that's why the 2 posters in his wall are 400 Blows and Mean Streets, for a reason. They're my favorite films. And so it was about personalizing them, and then we came up with a list. He would work on the titles and make them funny and absurd. And then Nate Marsh would do those incredible DVD covers, and then him and Ed would go off and shoot them. At the beginning, I was there for some of them, because in pre-production, and then once I started shooting the big movies, sometimes they'd be upstairs doing Pooping Tom, and I'd be downstairs doing a scene with Nick Offerman. But it was we all were doing this together. It was great fun. Did
it bring you back to your childhood of like doing those movies?
Exactly. The whole movie felt like making a student film. Some of the best times of my life. The best time of my life, probably one of the highlights, was making this little horror film in high school. Making something, and so I wanted to have that feeling again. And this movie is all about creating. But yeah, they did beautiful work, and all those film references mean a lot to me.
Are fantastic, and I love that Werner Herzog and Burden of Dreams.
Burden of Dreams. I saw Herzog. Aguirre Wrath of God was scripted. But then, of course, that led to Burden of Dreams, because I saw that when I first moved to New York at Bope's Library, and that was the first documentary that I'd seen, feature documentary about the making of a movie.
Yeah.
I'd never seen one before. I don't know, there weren't very popular ones out there. They were just the beginning of the little tiny making of documentaries, but there weren't that many. Now they're everywhere. But that one was essential. And that was my way into Herzog, was me going to Bope's Library and asking the librarian, give me a list of movies, of documentaries about the making of movies, and she gave me 2. That one, and there was a shorter piece on the making of Do the Right Thing.
Okay.
I saw those like within the first week of getting there. And that led to a love of Herzog.
I hope Werner sees this movie.
He has.
Oh, he has?
He invited me over his house, and we had espresso, and we talked for about 2.5 hours, and he gave me wonderful advice. It's
like bucket list.
When you get an email that says subject whatever, and then from Werner Herzog, it's just too surreal. It's just surreal.
And is it right that you worked on early Casino, right?
Oh, yeah.
From 1995? Did you have a fun story from working on Casino with Scorsese?
The movie was enormous, and he is your idol. The reason you left Laredo is because he saw his movies, and you went to NYU because he went there. Then all of a sudden you're on set with him every day, from morning to night. Yeah. There are too many stories, but it was just his sense of humor, his humility, and his generosity. Every day, every moment, it never ceased to amaze me. If someone at his level, with the genius that he is, still recommending films and giving me VHSs of films so I can keep.
And my last quick question is: you're obviously a fan of film, as you can see with Me, Earl, and Tango. What's your favorite scene from a movie that have always stuck with you?
The second I say something and you leave, I'll have like a list of 10 more. Maybe I'll give you 3 in no particular order. Maybe the Layla sequence from Goodfellas, the last shot of 400 Blows, this is torture. This is torture. And I don't know, the close-up of Joan of Arc from Carl Dreyer's film. I don't know. That's become almost pretentious. I mean, it's almost.
You got the Layla scene in Goodfellas. It's excellent. But thank you for talking. That's
yeah, but this isn't right. I'm going through all the list of things like there's a dance sequence from Sweet Charity from Bob Fosse.
Oh, that's a good
The
one.
Aloof, you know.
Yeah.
Things that you watch everyone. You know, the entire short film Life Lessons. You know, Scorsese Life Lessons.
Yeah.
That's a perfect movie. I go to that a lot. Oh God, guys, you can't do this.
Well, that's enough. That's good. That's good.
No, it's not. It's never enough, man. Everything Scorsese. Oh, The Wait.
The Wait.
From
Yeah.
Last Waltz.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Maybe that's up. That's way up
soundtrack
there.
and
You always go to
that
Scorsese and everything goes.
Yeah.
You know the dance from the Red Shoes with the newspaper when it turns into I forget the name of that. A lot of the key scenes in this film are we're extending this one by an hour.
Just talk forever.
It's gonna kill me. Go on. I mean, it's gonna kill me.
We'll talk soon.